We are back for some more testing here on GT5R, and apparently I got a lot of testing to do because he has the universal extenders done. But let's look at the thing. We haven't been here for 2 weeks. Well, an entire week. This is the beginning of the second week because he has been doing a lot of work in the background. He fixed fluid regulators not working on fluid pipes, so we need to check those out while we're here. And complex circuit board recipe, or fix good and advance all the circuit stuff that was messed up last time. So a basic good circuit uses 4 tin wires, fine wires around a circuit board, and we can make those with tin foil. So that's how you're going to make your basic one to start with, or you can bathe it in soldering alloy and only soldering alloy, and then you have your putting it together by hand recipe, or the forming press recipe that doesn't need the wires because all of that is integrated into that little part and shouldn't be needed. And you use 4 of those where you only use 2 of them here. Which we might have to talk about that because that's going to make this one cheaper.
Also, I was thinking the craftness version, the stick on that to make regular tin wires, just because fine tin wires is like worse, or fine tin wires is only half of it. When you do
yeah, when you get the metal former, this is going to be cheaper with the silicon foil.
We found out crafting the circuit entirely, like, you know, when you surround the circuit board.
Yeah, that part's going to be more expensive doing that.
Yeah, early game, but once you get to late game, you can. It's actually cheaper, or almost as cheap. Just a bath.
Yeah, but still, I could handcraft this part and then bathe it. Because this takes 4 of these, which at this point, that's actually cheaper to make this. To make 2 of these, and then the copper to go on it. We might need to figure out how to put 2 more of these into this recipe. Or something. This is 3 and 2 of those. Where this one, you need a plastic and some kind of silicon dioxide, and that makes your board. So that's way less annoying to do for that part. Or you can use silicon directly if you have it. And then this is the copper part. Oh, well, yeah. If you're making this part, that integrates the wires that you'd be making in this, well, in this part. So as much as I hate it, we might need to do the New Horizon thing of making the board with the wires around it and then integrating the parts onto it. because that would fix this problem of only having 2 basic circuit parts. Or we could just do it taking out 2 of the wires. It doesn't have to be an IC2 style recipe. We don't have IC2 in here. There's no reason to be copying their bullshit. So we don't need 6 cables in there. We could just do 2 more of the parts and then 4 wires. Which would make the 4 wires would be the same as if you did this one.
Actually, be more expensive because that's just wanting it to make 4 of those.
Yep, you're right. So it would still be more expensive to do it that way. So I think change up that handcrafted one to have 2 more parts in it, and we'll be good. And take out 2 of the cables. But anyways, so then that's the basic, then the good, which is the good parts, and the copper board, and then the advanced, which is the advanced parts and the gold board, then the complex, which is the platinum parts and the complex parts, and that all still gets bathed in soldering alloy. Alright, so that was fixed from last time. Fixed hot helium and liquid nitrogen being craftable in the replicator. So that's good that those got removed. I hadn't even noticed those, I don't think. Hopefully finished extenders and bridges. Covers should work on them now, so I need to play around with those a little bit. And then made it possible to place covers over the output facing of machines. So that is this here. Now, what about wires? Did you make it so we could do covers?
It should work now.
Yeah, it looks like it does. So if I put this one, which is emit here, and I put this one, which is accept here, and then I need a control cover, which I thought I had made, but I don't know where. I think I put it on this thing, actually. Nope, that has a control on it. And we shouldn't need these anymore to work this way, because they kind of aren't working correctly. Because we have extenders now, we're not going to need that crap. Did I make the controller? I always felt that was a hacky way of doing it, and to be honest, until the, maybe I didn't make it, until the clean room, I never even knew you could use those that way. It was only
these aren't like extenders, they're just an inventory and non-buffer basically.
I know, but what I'm saying is in GT5, I played GT5 many times through, and I never knew that I could use those for pass-throughs. It wasn't until the clean room that I had to use them for that. When I needed it for the clean room, so I'm seriously doubting, unless somebody's done that clean room thing and done it properly, they don't even know that you can do that shit. Why do I keep looking in the wrong one? And wait for that slow ass thing to get done. And then we're going to try to set this up. Well, we're going to try to set up something. I'm not sure what we're setting up yet. But we're going to try to use an extender with a whole lot of different fudging around things to see what we can make it do. You want to make a regulator? Remember, we need like, what is it? Well, the most we can have is 6. Well, no, because we can have up to 9 injected into one of these. Because we can inject them in on multiple pipes. But wherever you put that list of fluids we want to put into the large diesel engine back there. Make us however many of them, and then we'll try to set that up tonight too. That'll be a good test for the regulators. Regulators, mount up. Okay, that's not letting me put it on the back. So then, is there one actually on the back? There's one way to find that out. That is, yep, right there it is. Alright, so it was already there. And now where is that wire? Let me guess.
It down.
Yeah. If we make wire cutters, like, put shit in your inventory, is that possible? I know it's not electric, but it is the only version we have. We don't have electric wire snippers. We don't need electric wire snippers. They should just automatically.
Like, don't want those GT++ wire car things.
We don't need that. That's dumb. That's extra stupid. We don't need extra stupid. We just need them to put stuff in our inventory. Alright, so. Have you fixed this yet of it putting... Did you refix this?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I might forgot to change them. Yeah, I fixed that.
Okay, so now if I do the fluid auto out, the fluid's going to start going out, which means that this should start going. This is already turned off, so nothing should be injecting into there. And the machine is currently off and not running. Let's go downstairs and look at the thing. And how about we actually turn Twitch on so that we're live on Twitch, since I kind of forgot. There we go. Now we're live on Twitch. Alright, so we now have redstone that can go through here, over there, to turn that on and off. We need to take this out of here, because we don't need a void anymore. We need to get rid of that. And we need to take all of this stuff off of here. And we need to get rid of that. And now we got to make sure all our settings are right. Because right now the machine is off. And the machine shouldn't be off right now. So we need to get my test lamp. And we need to get our settings correct. I already had a test lamp apparently. We need a torch for this because that's what we have to do to make this work right. Because there isn't a setting on the damn detector for... There's ramp up and ramp down. There's not, you know, on off. So, which is perfectly fine. It's supposed to be that way. I just don't like it.
Bears, is it fluid regulator you wanted?
Fluid regulators, yeah. Alright. So that means there is no redstone coming through this right now. So what is my setting on my controller? Which this would be a good time to find out if he ever fixed the thing, which I think he did. This is just another one of those bear don't remember damn thing moment. Inverted false. God, you know how to mess with my brain, don't you? Inverted false means it's not inverted. It means it'll be taking... Okay, so if it has redstone right now, it should turn on. If it doesn't, it should turn off. So basically, if I switch this right now to inverted true, the machine comes on. Okay, so if it gets redstone, it'll turn on. So what we need to do is we need to set this one down here that it gives out a redstone signal when it's empty, which it basically is right now. That's giving out a redstone power of 1. Okay. And we want that actually to be inverted. So let's invert that. Oh yeah, you gotta be an ass, don't you, you prick? Yeah, be an ass. Why don't you? Now I gotta switch this back. To that, we want this to be inverted. So now when we set that there, and we do that, now that's gonna do that, because it's currently full. So now the machine should be up here running, which it is. So now we basically want it left like that. And actually that might work without me inverting it, without me messing with anything. Because this is going to get to a power of, it's at power 14 right now. And as it fills, it's going to go down. And this is only going to do 1 power less than what is going through here. So I could actually do that. That is an idea. Instead of using this the way I was going to do it, I could do this. Use the leaded and just take out like 4 of those. And then put the leaded redstone in. Damn it. Well, now I'm just screwing everything up. Who did the button? Somebody pushed the button and did the thing. Who pushed the button and did the thing? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. We're not having all of that. Nope. Go away. Thanks, but no thanks. No bots allowed. Don't come in here spamming your Discord name. Thanks for giving me the ping, though, so I knew to come and ban your ass. I appreciate it. Go away. No bots allowed to touch my thing. Bad bot.
Had me fooled for a second.
Yeah. Stupid bots are really annoying.
Look for evolving.
Okay. So now we'll put that in. And we need to turn this on. So we need to get this off of here. We're going to get rid of this because we don't need it. And then we're going to put a pipe on here. Where are all of my... Where in the hell is Carmen Sandiego? There we go. So now we do that. And we should not get an extra stack in there, which is beautiful. Now, the question is, if I turn this one on, it's going to go down there. But that's fine, because it's a different item. So now each one are sitting there holding their thing. That sounds bad. And it'll do what it needs to do. So, that part is all worked out. Now, extender. There's our universal extender. Now, the only thing with this is he has this has the GT6 recipe, and this thing here has no reason to be here. When you think about the recipe and why it existed, that doesn't need to be here. Because these are to represent the different powers. This is rotational, this is kinetic, and this is hot and cold. And this is EU. That is what those four are for. And in here, we don't have this one, that one, and that one. So those four actually don't make sense in this context. Not saying he needs to change them. The recipes are fine. But it's just funny knowing where that recipe came from. Because those don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let him get that made when he gets done with regulators. And
how many regulators did you want?
How many fuels were we trying to put in that thing? You made a list. And how much?
I don't know where the list is.
You don't know where the list is. Okay, well, make a new list. Let me go down there. Well, here. Oil. Oil. Fuel oil gets turned in, or no. Fuel is 1. Diesel as nitro diesel will be 2. Kerosene will be 3. And then ethanol and or biodiesel, depending on which one we're running. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we only need 4. We can use a quad pipe for this. And then we need to get that thing set up for making our biodiesel. Because we have the ethanol being made. We just need to make salt water so we can get our sodium hydroxide made. So we're going to need a mixer with salt and water because you've either not done it or not decided we needed to do it, which is make the drain pull in water respective of the biome it's in. Because we had discussed that at one time, not when we were streaming though.
Oh, it's easy. problem is that oceans don't actually have salt water in them. I don't know. So it just doesn't exactly make sense, you know. And vanilla. I do plan to do that with TFC and TFC oceans don't without infant or without having
Yeah,
to
and
like.
if we did that, it would honestly give us less of a reason to have the big ass salt veins if you could just pull salt from the water. So yeah, I can understand that's a good reason not to do it. That just means I gotta go actually process some salt because I don't think we have that much salt up there. I have to go up and look. And I think right now all our salt is being broken down, so I'll have to stop that. Let's see. Magnetite, silicon dioxide, pyrite, galena, cobalt, tetrapent, molybdenite. Not have salt? Dude, you can have your weird fantasies wherever you'd like. Keep it out of my chat. We don't buy into that bullshit around here, dude. No, we don't have furry fetish things. Sorry, that's not what we do here. That's your own weird fantasies. We ain't buying into them. I have this. Where's the regular salt? That's sand. Where is regular salt? Are we using salt for something that's outside of my memory? What are we using salt for? I have to be using salt for something. Why is the box not up there? I'm gonna have to be down here for one of these, but we sure as heck ain't using it over here. I don't know what we did with salt. Seriously, dude, what did I do with salt? Have I completely lost my mind? Alright, I'm gonna go kill something while I try to figure this out. Because I'm confused on what I did with salt. You guys need to get out of my field. I can't kill you in that field. Get over here. Get over here. You go away. You morons, out of the field. You're gonna mess it up. Come on. Don't be stupid. Get over here. They really are stupid. I'm gonna shoot you with this. And you're gonna mess up my field. And make me mad. Okay, you're stuck in the pipe. Why are you that dumb that you're stuck in a pipe? Alright, where's your dumbass stuck at? Why are you down here? Stop being stupid. Stupid ass Zycore, we don't need any stupid fancy emotes. We have our own personal ones. We don't care whatever weird midlife crisis thing is you're going through. If you need somebody to talk to, let us know, but we're not buying into your weird furry fantasies and putting any weird emotes in for you to, live out those weird furry fantasies. Keep that shit out of our chat. Alright, where did my bucket go? Trins, did you steal my bucket? I lost my bucket.
I don't think I saw it, but I do have a bucket on me.
Well, let me borrow your bucket so I can get this bad omen off my butt. Wait a minute. You just gave me a... Take your bucket. Thanks for showing me where it was in my inventory. I'm so blind. I had 2 of them, dude. Not just 1. 2. I need help. Okay. So now that they're dead, why would I have rock salt and not salt? Didn't I use salt for this? Is that where I'm using it? Dude, I have work to do. I'm not going through this again with you. We've been over this before. We're not going over it again. There's a standing rule around this place. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you had something to add to the show, to what we're doing, fine, speak up. If not, we don't care. That's not what we're here for. We have work to do. We are not arguing. There's a bunch of raw salt around here. Maybe I just need to run some salt. But it's really weird that I don't have any. It's got to be going somewhere. And why is this not being processed down? There's only 1 in the thing, so it's not outputting. So that now output to the bottom. So now that should be running. Which it is. Alright. So I guess the only thing to really do is start processing the salt and see if it backs up. And if it starts backing up, then we'll know we have it somewhere. And if it doesn't, then, well, Bear's an idiot and lost his salt. I'm still pretty sure that Bear's an idiot and he lost his salt. And he also can't jump today. Oh, that's why that, yeah. That's kind of a problem. Well, not really. So that's fine. We should use iron for that. But it isn't going to matter. One or the other is going to break. So we'll just do this and we're fine. Okay, so now the salt is running. That thing's still stuck because sulfur dioxide.
I need more stainless.
Alright, give me a second. Why is that not running? That should be going in there. Let's see, output. Where's the input? It's not going over here, is it? No, it's not going over there. So where's it going? It's not there. If it's not there, it should be going in here. If it's not in there, it should be going into here. If it's going in there, it should be running. And it's not running. And it's not going into there. Where the hell is my salt going? That's my ilmenite. That's my ilmenite. Dude, help me. I've lost my mind. I can't find my salt. It's literally running and getting crushed and not coming out anywhere. You're not voiding my salt, right? This crusher's not broken, right? Okay, that's 20 seconds. It has ran salt. Why has it got ilmenite dust in it? How did it get ilmenite dust in it? Where is the salt? Dude, seriously, get up here and help me. I'm losing my mind. Either your machine has gone crazy or I'm losing my mind. Okay, it has ran again.
There's still
more.
Like 6 refined ilmenite ore in the input hatch here. I'll run through that.
Okay. That's the problem. That's why it's giving me ilmenite dust and not salt. Holy shit, I thought I was going crazy. Thank you. Yeah, we might need to make a second one of those for the other thing, but let me come down and fix your stainless issue.
Oh, by the way, your regulators are done. Currently in the assembler.
You do what now?
The regulators are done. They're currently
okay.
in the assembler.
Okay. So we need manganese and we need nickel and we need chromium. Nickel, manganese, chromium, iron, and then all the rest of the iron. We ought to make a MD hatch for that so it can hold more in the hatch. I gotta go get some food. I'll be back. Damn, she was right. She said we had enough food in here. She wasn't kidding. She made a ton.
How many extenders do you want? Just one?
Universal extenders? Just one, yeah. Just one for testing right now. We'll deal with another one later when we decide on what we're doing with the reactor. I'm building a bigger, crazier one. Okay, I need some quad pipes. Normal plastic should be fine. You should only need one. I might need two, but I think I should only need one. Alright, so this one is empty. Take this one off. And we want to close that off. And yeah, I think we're going to do the injector down here, so we'll need multiple. This is going to be our injection manifold, basically, right here. And then we're going to put a regulator on each side. That's 3. And yeah, we'll put one on that side. And then that is... And that's how many liters, right? The 32 that's in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if we're trying to run regular fuel, why did that give, fuel. It's going to give us 448 EU per liter. How many liters do we need injected into this thing for one operation of the thing? We're doing boosted production, so it's going to be 6144. So we need 6144 divided by 448.
No, it's 4096 divided by 448 because it's an actual additional.
Does this thing have decimals? How's it?
I think it rounds down.
It rounds down. All right. So are you busy? Can you do the mathing?
Mm-hmm. 9.
9.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the only problem is I just set that on the ethanol side. I need to set that on the right side, which is going to be this one. Okay. So now that's the gas one. Where is the fuel one? We need to find the fuel line. That's gasoline, which we don't have. That's the fuel oil pipe. Okay, that goes down into there. I don't know where that is. That's down in this hole that I can't get to do that way, so why do I have that there? I don't know. Why is this not covered? I don't know. Is there even still a way into that catwalk? I don't think there actually is. There's got to be a way in there somewhere. I had to do a left way into there. Should be down here, right? Yeah, right here. This line right here. It's running stuff into there. Okay, so where is this going? Is that going that way then? I'm only a little bit lost, it's fine. Why is there a zombie down here? Get out of here, you shouldn't be able to spawn down here. Oh, I need a bridge right here. Oops. I didn't do that. That's normal plastic. Need a bridge right there. Oh, I can't get out there. I can't get out of here anymore. That's kind of a problem. Also, these torches not working is kind of a problem. The fact that I don't have a way out of here What is this hole now? Can you just fill this in, please? Thank you. Alright, where is this leading to? Okay, this is over to here. I can't squeeze through that either. I have no way out of my catacombs. I need to fix this. It's technically not a catacomb if there's not a dead body in it. But does a zombie count? Because there was a zombie in it. Ooh, that was rough.
If they kill you in the boat, then there'll be a dead body in it.
Say what?
If I kill you, then there'll be a dead body in it.
Yeah. Rather not, thanks. There's got to be an easier way of me getting out of there. Yeah, my inventory's full. I know. Shut up. I'm working on it. I'm really not, but you got the idea. Okay, so the pipe is running over. No, that's not where that's going. Yeah, this one right here. Okay, so it's coming over, and it's going up right there. Okay, I finally figured this out. That only took a frickin' month. We've really got to start doing this in a way that makes a little bit of logical sense. Like, just at least a little. And a little bit less of a mess. Okay, we need to just, like, stop this right here. No more. We got that? No more. We want nothing going through this pipe. We want this pipe to get empty. Is this pipe going to get empty? Probably not. Why am I... Stop breaking everything. There's one bucket of, like, things in there. But they should be trying to go home. Is home full? They should be trying to go here. And they're not going here. They're just sloshing. Why are they sloshing? Why you slosh? Why are they not trying to go where they belong? Alright, look here. You're pissing me off. Stop sloshing. Get up there. Where you belong. Okay, so this is where we want it injected into. So we've got to get those pipes to not connect where we had them connect. Now that one's a naphtha, that's not the one I want. Okay. You are coming down here and you're going in there. We don't want you going into there anymore.
The universal extender is done.
Okay. And you're the one coming from the fuel oil. Now the problem is, I could do this. I could do the regulators where they're coming into that pipe, and then running that pipe up. But that pipe is not going to be like a guaranteed into the thing immediately, so that's going to make a problem. I would have to do the whole pumping thing and put a pump on every pipe to get it there. But what I could do... Okay, let's rethink this. Take this off of all the things. Take this out. Cut this back for right now. Okay. So then we want one pipe that's going to run up there from down here. Yes? Yes. That's what we want. And then we want this pipe to extend over here. That'll leave that all connected to all the things. And then we're going to put 1, 2... No, we need to do this here. So really close to where I was. And then I'm going to need some shutters, which I have. Okay. So, if we put a shutter on... No. We're going to need a filter. I gotta go empty my inventory of crap. And then we're gonna try to do this. This is probably a really weird idea. But I don't know any other way of doing it without rerunning all of those freaking pipes. I think this should work. Okay, get rid of all this stuff. Don't need any of that. I don't need that, and I don't need that. I don't need that. We can put all the pipes up here, the conveyor up here. We need the regulators. This is the mining bag that needs these. And selector tags we keep in here because this is the machine stuff. Get rid of that. That is that. We should need this because we're going to have to do some piping work. So now I need some filters. I have item filters, I don't have fluid filters. Can you make some fluid filters?
Yeah.
Okay. So the idea here is I'm going to put one of these pipes. I'm going to put one here, one there, one here, and then we'll have to do one down here on the bottom. So I actually should do... Do I have any normal Invar pipes on me? It doesn't look like it. Yes, I do. 1, 2, 4. So we'll run this over one more pipe. So then we can do 1, 2, 3, and 4. So then, motherfucker, round down here again. Holy crap, those are slow. He set them to 80 seconds to run one? You really intend them to be that slow?
I'm not sure if it was based off GT6 or GT5 recipe.
GT6 doesn't have a recipe. It's handcrafted.
Well, it must be a GT5 using then. I
Mm.
copied it from.
Greg did make assembler recipes ridiculously long, though.
So here's your extender.
Alright, thanks. Okay, let's take this one. So now we want that, which we want to put the fuel in there, so hopefully, nope, that one benzene. Benzene or liquid fuel? If it is, that's a problem. Yep, that's the fuel that goes in combustion. That's a problem. We're gonna have to. We probably have very little of that though. So it's gonna go in the other one. We're gonna have it go in a regular one because we shouldn't have that much of it. I'll just put it into these and have it burn through there. Which means now I gotta get fuel into this, which should be this one. That'll work. Q. Okay. So now we want this to be fuel. Alright. And then we want this onto here. Crap. I forgot that was all. Now I'm down here in this hole again. I gotta
You're
fix it.
there.
What?
Just stop blowing holes.
No. This place is a freaking mess of holes. It's like Swiss cheese around this place. Okay, so I want to be down at that level. So now I want a regulator here. And we want this regulator set to 9. Okay. So then we want this pipe going onto there. And now I need a way to get out of this hole. Okay. So now that gives us that gives us our regulator. So now we just need a shutter on this side, and we want that shutter to say input only. So we only want that input into here. Because we want to make sure that that's always a divisible of 9. So, and it ended up with ethanol in there. I might have to pull that ethanol out of there. Well, I'll have to pull what's left of the ethanol out of there. Let's go ahead and turn this on for a minute. Let it burn everything that it has in it out. Oh crap. We don't want to do that. We're just going to be wasting fuel. Off. I didn't realize we were that full of power. Holy crap, are we full of power. It is going down though. Can you watch the power box and make sure it continues to go down? You were standing at the power box. You ready?
Yeah.
Is it going down
It's
or
going
going
up
up?
quickly.
Going up quickly?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's not good. We're going to end up overflowing the power and wasting power, and we don't want to do that. Because we're at like 98 on these.
When you turn it off, it starts going down slowly, but yeah, as soon as you turn it on, it goes up
I
quickly.
already turned it off. It's off.
Yeah,
It's been off for a minute. Okay. So we'll let that run down a little bit, and then we'll deal with that. Let's look at the extender for a bit. So, universal extender should let anything through that comes through. So if we take, let's just set this up over here. Put that there. That's the output. That's the secondary, right?
It's the main facing. This is the second output facing.
Wait a minute. This is the main facing?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the output facing. This is the overflow output.
That's the secondary facing. Okay. So then, if we put, we're going to take this, Take this and this. We put this here. We put that there. And we do that. And then we take this one here. And we put it right on the, that's the secondary. It's going to screw me up every time. That's the main one. Run this one this way so I can see. Now we grab all of the glass. And we put all of the glass into here. And we set this to output. Automatically goes through and into this one. Good. Alright, can you take... Oh, damn it, it gave it to me. I wanted you to get the glass so you can put it away. Oh, we need the barrel of glass back here. I stole the whole barrel. Never mind. Okay, so the items are going through it. That's what we want. So now we should be able to get all of this cleared out of here. And give me the torches. We'll get rid of that. Now we need to check that fluids are going to go through it. So we need the Pahoho lava. So, Pahoho lava. We need a fluid pipe. And we put the fluid pipe right there. We put the Pahoho lava on top of there. We open this up. And it's now full of Pahoho lava. And we get one of my other drums here. Why do I have so much lubricant in my inventory? And we put that there. And fluid's not going through. Why is fluid not going through? It's in the pipe. Why is it not going in the drum? Fix it. Okay. So he needs to figure out why the fluid ain't going through. Wait a minute. Why is the pipe not going back into the... Why is the Pahoho lava not going back into the tank? What the hell? This has never been a problem before. Any ideas?
Yeah, that's cool.
Let me try something here. This one was 16 liters. Open that. That there. Open that. It drains. And it went straight into that thing. So that worked perfect. There's something messed up with the Pahoho lava? Okay, take that off of there. Put this back over here. Get rid of that a minute. This one here. Back up there. That's the 16. This is the output. Now we do that. Everything's out, everything's in. It worked perfectly. Okay. Now, where is this one? Map the output. 1.03 buckets. We get this one, we put it here. Nope, that's lubricant. Get over there. This one, put it here. And it won't go. Turn that off so it won't fill adjacent. And then we just put this over here. We have it connect, and it won't go in. There's something messed up with Pahoa Lava. Everything else is working fine. Pahoa Lava will not go back into that tank.
It's weird.
I don't know what's going on, so I say this is working fine. Since we have this 16 right here, and I have a 32 right here. I have like 4 32s right here. We're going to put this here. Lubricant cannot go into that side. It is completely full. So we're going to put this here. And we're going to take this one. And we're going to put it here. And we're going to open that up. So now it's put some in there. But it can't put it in there. So now it should put it in this side. And it's not. Now, technically, that probably shouldn't work. Because it should be if the pipe is full on this side. Now, why is the lubricant not going through there now? Why is the lubricant, why? Why it no work? Because that should, okay. Since I got this to screw up, can I screw this up? Is it screwed up like the other one? Yes, it's screwed up like the other one. Now the lubricant won't leave the pipe. What the hell is going on with these pipes? Do I have to send you a world backup today?
Yeah, probably.
This seems like this is going to be one of those days. Our world is just that fucked?
I don't think so.
Alright, well, since this is messing with fluids, I'm gonna say we're not gonna finish messing with the regulators, because I don't want it to give us a false issue with it. So, is there anything else that I didn't get tested today?
No, I don't think so.
Regulators, circuits, the stuff that you changed there, extenders and bridges, covers on output. Yeah, I think we got everything except for finishing this and dealing with the regulators, and that's all fluid based. So we're going to call it here for today. He'll take a look at that and see what he can figure out, and we'll get back to it. Have a good one, guys.